What's up, guys? Just have a few things to say. I'm gonna start talking in a couple minutes. Oh, hold on. We're just starting this video. Fast forward a couple minutes because I'm gonna start talking in a couple minutes. I have to make the lives like this because I can only use one arm right now. Uh, what up, meatball? Yeah. So, um, things that happen. It's going on. First thing is that you know, every day when I leave my house, I've talked about it years ago how these people, witches and agents of Satan, have followed me. They live around me. They literally moved across the street as soon as I moved here. They're all around me. It might sound crazy, but it is what it is. And every day I leave my camera on a phone so that when I'm gone, I'll know if somebody comes in or not. And I do it every time I leave the house. And last week, when I got home, twice in a row, 2 days, my phone was off. So it had stopped recording. So I found that peculiar, but I didn't think too much of it. I thought maybe it's just technology or maybe my phone was giving out. But then it started working. My phone started working fine after that. So I said, okay, maybe something was done because where I live where somebody just can come in and nobody would know. Like there's nobody that lives around me. It's just an old lady, and I got these neighbors right that are watching me and stuff like this, witches. So the crazy thing is that after that happened, like I told you guys the other day, I got food poisoning from some food in my refrigerator. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm bringing it up. I do believe that they came in my house and very possibly put something in my food. That's why I leave that camera all the time on. And all of a sudden it's off for 2 days. And then I get food poisoning. Probably from the mayonnaise that I ate. Because I only ate one meal that day. And the mayonnaise that I used, I think that was it. That it was in my refrigerator. So my videotape recorder was shut off. And then I get food poisoning. So I wanted to tell you that just something that I that was on my mind that this is real. You know, they watch you, they manipulate, they play their little stupid satanic games, and especially here when I'm alone, it's easy for them to do these things. Hold on a second. It's it's easy for them to do these things because I'm not here. When you're alone, it's different. It's like you're alone, and then the people that are around me, they don't believe me because they're not even awake. So, um, where I'm at, it's really hard to be here because of what's going on. My neighbors, people around me, I've been watched for a long time. They've watched me for a long time. They know. And the second thing I wanted to talk about is that if God didn't want us to know when the rapture was, then why did He leave us day counts? You see, you have to think about the simple things like that. If God didn't want us to know these times, the day, and everything like this, why did He leave us exact day counts? 1290, 1335, 1260, in Daniel and the book of Revelation. That would make no sense. We would be able to do absolutely nothing with those day counts if we wouldn't know exactly where to put them, right? Why would He leave us exact day counts if we would have no idea where to put them? That makes absolutely no sense, okay? God wants us to know when the rapture is. And He's not going to reveal it to everybody, okay? Because everybody doesn't, that's not how he's never worked like that. He's revealed it to some people, you know? And sometimes He reveals it to one person to give to everybody else, like Moses and people like that. So that's another thing to think about. It's like, okay, God gives us these exact day counts, 1290, 1335 in Daniel, and 1260 in Revelation. And they're all overlaid, I think. And He gives us the timeline, He gives us times, He gives us numbers and everything. He gives us these exact day counts, but yet He doesn't want us to know when the rapture is. Well, then what would we do with the day counts? There's no point in even having them. Why do you want me to have these day counts, Lord, if I can't even put them anywhere? If I don't even know where to put them? You see? Doesn't make no sense. Those verses where it talks about no man knows the day or the hour. A lot of people have even showed me that they don't actually say what we think they're saying in other translations. Talks about no man can declare the day and hour or something like that. And also in another verse in the Bible it says that if you don't watch, then I'll come on you in an hour when you knoweth not. So it's almost contradicting that idea, right? Because they're not saying what we think they're saying. Okay. Um so I guess uh those are the two things I want to let you guys know. Please go back and watch my calculations on Purim and the Ark and all kinds of things. Um I I'm totally convinced that the rapture's at Purim. In fact, I believe it so much that if I didn't believe it, I would be making plans and saving money to leave where I'm at because it's really hard right here. Um, if I would explain to you what's going on, you'd think I'm kind of crazy, but it's really going on. They use devices on me. They use witchcraft on me. They're um, they're really messing with my head, really bad. And I would have left, and I would be making plans to leave if I didn't know that the rapture wasn't coming. But I do know it is. So I find it kind of a waste of time to look at things like that. So again, if you guys out there want to talk to God for me and pray against these witches, this witchcraft, and the evil government workers that are against me out there, um, please do talk to God about it. A lot of people say pray to God about it. That's fine too. However you look at it, if you want to talk to God about it, you want to pray to God about it for me. Um, but I can only explain what's going on to you guys, but it would sound crazy. I would sound like a crazy person because it's like I'm explaining to you things that you only see in movies, things that we only study. But when you're actually chosen for these things to happen to, it's a whole nother ball game because then you're like, if I tell people what's going on, they're gonna think I'm a crazy person. They're gonna think like I'm another one of those nuts, and I'm not. They use devices on me. They have devices where they can see through your eyes. They can see everything that you're doing, everything that you're thinking. That's why there's a movie called The Witchers, and just like The Watchers. Okay, they have the technology, they have the powers of the angels, the fallen angels. Okay, and they can do these things. They can manipulate your mind. They can send images and thoughts in your mind. And if you get images and thoughts, they can see what they are. Okay. And this is the hidden technology. And I'll just put it like this, you know, I swear to God, with all my heart and soul, that they've been using this technology on me for a long, long time. And they've made my life very challenging, very challenging. I don't know if I'm supposed to swear to God or not, but I know that they do this. You see, when I'm relaxed, when my mind is calmed down, all of a sudden, they'll slam a really loud door outside, or they'll hit the wall, or they'll bang something. There's trucks that park around my house that wait until my mind is settled, and then they slam on the gas with the loud truck, like right around my house. They sit around my house and wait for me to be calm. How do they know when my mind is like that? Because they are using witchcraft, they are using technology on me, okay, to know these things. To know when my mind is at rest, and all of a sudden what they do is they make really loud noise. Okay? And it even goes to so far as the place that I live next to, the building where it's a store. Okay, these people are everywhere all around me. And again, it sounds like something a crazy person would say, but I'm not crazy. Okay. You guys have seen the revelations that I'm getting. Okay. Some of it's from being searched out, but I've been led. I see images in my mind like a TV screen. I get thoughts like a computer in my mind. The mind is a computer. It's called the pineal gland. This is where you're connected to the spiritual realm where you see God face to face. Okay? Jacob wrestled with the angel of the Lord at Peniel. This is in Genesis. And the reason that it was named Peniel is because that's a picture of your pineal gland, where you wrestle with spiritual wickedness in heavenly places and also where you make contact with God. And I've been explaining to you guys the kingdom of God that is within us because I've been experiencing it for a long time now. My mind is like a television screen, and thoughts, images, and other things are constantly being transmitted into like a television screen, constantly. Okay, now modern day people wouldn't understand what's going on because they don't understand what's going on biblically. How do I come up with some of these revelations? How can I be led to? It's not me. I see things in my mind all day long. And again, I know that it's not all from God because a lot of the things that I have to fight off that come images that come to my mind like a television screen are pornographic and sexual. So it's like some of the things that come to my mind are I know from God, and then some I know are not. And this is the battle at Peniel, just like Jacob. You guys have to understand. It's good for you to understand the warfare, what it is, what is actually going on in your mind. There are workers of Satan that think that they are doing God's work because in their belief system, they believe that you have to do evil so that good may come. So they use devices on you, they use witchcraft on you. And especially if you were chosen to give messages from God, they're going to attack you with everything that they have spiritually and physically. They sit around my house, wait for me to relax, slam on the gas with a truck with no catalytic converter. They do it all the time. They speed by. I've had to call the cops like 10 times in the last 2 years. And the cops, they can't really do anything about it, but they're like, yeah, we've written a lot of tickets since you called us. We can see what's going on. Hold on one second. You know, this is what I've been going through for years now. And I used to feel drained and drained and drained when I used to get all these revelations a few years back. And I didn't know what was going on until one night. Till one night, I caught on to what the heck was going on. And all of it started making sense. And all of the timing of all these loud noises and bangs and yells, because they know what's going on in my mind. This is why the Vatican has pine cones everywhere and fallen angels, because the pine cone is symbolic of the pineal gland in the mind. Okay, this is what Paul talks about and the Bible talks about spiritual warfare. Because God is going to download things to you, and I'm specifically speaking about me and some of you guys as well. He's going to specifically download things to you, and they are going to try and hinder that. So how does God download things to you? Through light, through frequency, through the air, through stargates in your mind and things like this. And what they like to do is do the same thing to you, but they'll send pornographic thoughts in your mind. They'll send crazy thoughts in your mind. You'll think you're going nuts. This is what I've been going through for years now. Look at the revelations that I get. It's not about me. Look at what the messages that I get. How can I come up with that stuff unless I'm not led? I'm led in my mind. I'm led. I'm literally told things like a computer screen in my mind to look up. Look at this. Look at that. And all of a sudden, when it clicks and it's perfect numbers, that's not me. It's not me. I'm being led in my mind, and that comes with the price. It comes with the cost. And I'm trying to explain to you guys the things as best I can. And I have people around me who I can't talk about it with because they think I'm nuts. But they don't understand. They still think that there's a left and a right in the government, and they're not even awake. So I can't talk to about with any of them. I'm not better than them because they're not awake. I just can't. So I come on here and I use everything that I'm going through. I'm telling you guys and explaining it to you guys. So again, if I didn't know that the rapture was coming, I would leave this place. I would save up and I would leave. And they would follow me. But still, it wouldn't be as bad as it is here because I'm trapped here. I'm trapped in this little cul-de-sac place where I'm at, where I got all these people around me making all these crazy noises, not letting me get sleep, not letting me get rest, not letting me relax my mind. Because when you get downloads from God, they're going to download their things to you and they're going to try to do interruption, right? When something comes to you and it hits you, and then all of a sudden, boom, a big old, that sounds like a big old train just hit. It's like they're doing it on purpose. They're trying to rattle me, shake me all the time. I swear to you guys, I swear to you guys, you wouldn't understand. Well, hopefully you would understand. But this is what I've been going through. And now, like I said, my camera got shut off twice last week when I left my house. And all of a sudden, my camera started working again. So there were two times when I didn't have my camera on in my house because it got shut off somehow. And all of a sudden, right after that, guess what? I get food poisoning. And all I ate was food from my refrigerator. So what do you think? Well, they probably shut my camera off in my house and put some poison in my food. And I think it's mayonnaise. I didn't eat out. I didn't eat nothing from, outside. And all of a sudden I get food poisoning. And then on top of that, yesterday, which was probably my own fault, I wrecked on my scooter. And now I can only use one arm. My ribs are bruised. My neck is kind of messed up. And it's like I'm going through all this stuff, man. Like it was hard enough dealing with things, but now when you can only use one arm, it's no joke, man. I it's so hard, and I'm in constant pain now. I'd like to thank a couple people for sending me a couple donations. I appreciate it. But I want you guys to understand. I just want you guys. I don't know. I feel led to share these things with you guys because it's real, man. It's real, and that's how I. And in Thessalonians, that's one. And I'm just telling you what the Bible says. It's either First or Second Thessalonians, as it says that that's a token of your salvation. Like when you're being persecuted, when you're being targeted by, especially by these government people, these witches and warlocks, people who hide behind badges, right? Like, oh, because the army's satanic at the top. There's a lot of people in the temple of Satan and all this stuff, and and the whole, the whole government at the top is satanic. But that's how you know that you have salvation. A token of your salvation is that when you're being persecuted by the enemy and you know it's them, there's a reason for that. It's because you are saved. And it's because God is working through you and using you. So that's one good thing out of it, but man, it's no joke, man. It's not easy. Especially being here alone, going through all these things alone. All I have is my phone right here to share things with you guys online. That's it. Being alone is the worst. Don't be alone. I mean, it's good in one sense, like that I feel like that I'm alone because I'm alone, God uses me more. I don't know, I'm able to focus on things of God only. But that comes with the price too, because when you're alone, man, it's not really good, man. It's like really, really it makes everything really, really hard. I think it's good to at least have one other person that you can trust, that will you can talk to, that won't think you're crazy, that you can go through things with, that you can live, other than rather than just being alone. At least one other person, and I don't have that. I do in a sense, but the other people that are around me, that like family, they don't get it. They don't understand. They don't believe me. And at the end of the day, I'm alone anyways, because they're over there, I'm over here. So it's really I'm going through so much right now, man, mentally and physically. Um, like I can't. I don't know what else they poisoned. If they put any other poison in my refrigerator, if that's the case, you know. I mean, what are the odds that the 2 days that I leave my camera on, because I leave it on every time I leave, that 2 times I come home and my camera's off. It stopped somehow. And then all of a sudden after that, I get food poisoning from eating stuff out of my refrigerator. Man, this ain't no joke, man. Like, dude, it sucks being here alone, going through all this alone. I don't know if it was supposed to be like this or if it wasn't supposed to be like this or what, but this is how it is. And, oh, my arm hurts so bad. Not as much as yesterday, but it still hurts. And, maybe some of you guys go through things you don't understand it. Well, let me tell you something. They use devices on you. They use witchcraft on you. Okay, they're evil. They don't think that they're evil. Okay, they think that they're good. Right? We're just doing it for the army because we're in the army. Right? They hide behind badges. Oh, we don't believe in your God, or we believe in a different version of God. So they think that they're good. They're not. Oh, okay. You have to understand, like the Geneva Bible tells you in Ephesians 6:12, that we wrestle with the principalities and powers in the heavenly places and governments. Why? Because the governments work with the principalities in heavenly places. Okay, that's what the KJV doesn't tell you in Ephesians 6:12. And these people around me are not only witches and agents and stuff like that, but they work for the government as well. All the what do they call them? The alphabet organization, CIA, NSA. Um, it's all rooted in witchcraft, and they'll say, "Well, we're just normal people. We just think it's science." That's another thing that they hide behind is they say, "Oh, well, it's just all science, right?" Like, and when it's all science and you're like atheistic and you believe in science, then they justify it like that. They hide it behind like that. But ultimately, they know in their heart that there is a God. They're just blocking it out. And that's what Romans chapter 1 says. But that's what a lot of these people do, man. They hide behind, oh, it's just science, just like the Nazis, right? The Nazis did all those atrocious things, but um, and all kinds of people throughout all kinds of history, they justified it in one way or another. But ultimately, they're just running from the truth. They're running from the true God. And these people will do these things to you, and then they'll look you right in the face and say, "Hi, good morning." That's what they'll do. That's the type of psychotic people that they are. They're evil. They're just wicked. They don't fear the true God because they don't believe in the true God. They believe in what they believe in, whether it's atheist and just that there's just forces all around us, like Star Wars, like the Kabbalah and stuff like this, and they're deceived because Satan will give you scientific truth in the world, and then he'll tell you how to use it as a wicked person, or you'll learn it all the science in the world, but you use it wickedly because you don't believe in the true God, you don't fear the true God. And that's what they do, man. They hide me. Look, all these people that are doing this to me, and some of you guys out there, they hide behind one thing or another, whether it's science or atheism, right? Kind of connected, or they don't believe in Jesus, the true God of the Bible, or the Kabbalah, or the Talmud, all this crap. Okay, they hide behind something, and ultimately, Romans chapter 1 says that God, that they know deep down inside that they're effing wrong, okay? That they are wrong and that there is a God and that God is good, but they decide to suppress that. And that's what Romans chapter 1 says, and that's what all these people are doing because they believe that it's okay to do evil so that good may come. Another interesting thing that's happening right now in my life is that one of my family members' animals on a farm is dying slowly. And I find that ironic because I was just food poisoned. Okay. So could it be that they done something to that animal as well? Very possibly. Okay. These people believe, again, you have to understand what they believe. They believe that it is necessary to do evil, fill the cup of evil so that good may come. Oh, we got to fulfill the Bible, right? Well, who's going to do all the evil things in the Bible? We have to get it done so that the Bible can come to pass. That's what they believe. That's what they follow me. They're doing all kinds of things to me for a long time. And it's been the hardest here because I've been alone. I've been stuck. I don't have the money to leave. And even if I did have the money to leave right now, I don't think I would because the rapture is so close. For what? Where am I going to go? The rapture is just going to happen, in a week and a half. I'm thoroughly convinced that it is, okay? So I just wanted to kind of offload some of that to you guys, let you guys understand the battle, okay? They use, devices and they use witchcraft and they follow me and they follow some of you guys and they'll do these things to me. They hide behind my house with trucks and fly by with really loud trucks when I'm relaxing and they're trying to startle me, so that my mind can't be at ease way. And that's what they do. I haven't been able to sleep really for a couple years now, like deep sleep. And these people are messed up, man. And they're gonna have to find out the hard way. You know, they don't look. If they thought that they were actually gonna burn in hell for all this stuff, do you think that they're gonna be doing this? Of course not. They don't believe it. They don't believe it. They're gonna find out. They're gonna find out, man. So, anyways, thank you guys all for listening. Did you hear that? Did you hear that car? See? As soon as I'm about to wrap it up right here, they just speed by, right? Like it's you got to understand. I'm not on a main road. I'm in a real time back here. So you literally have to go out of your way to come. So, again, what I'm explaining to you, it's almost like you have to go through it to actually understand what I'm saying. That Elon Musk has already exposed this technology that they have where they can beam down on your mind just like a phone and they can read and send thoughts and they can know exactly they can see what you're seeing, they can guess what you're doing next like with artificial intelligence, and they can attach that to themselves so that they can see everything that you're going to do. It's just like a phone, just like it's like using a human as a hotspot, and this is what they do to me. That's why all the time my ears are popping constantly, my head is full of um like blood, like you have sinuses constantly. It's because they're beaming this stuff. Yeah, right, yeah. All of a sudden, lights out. Right? Yeah, of course, because okay, sure, that's how it works, right? They literally put a beam on your mind, on your body, and go from there. They read what you're gonna do or guess what you're gonna do. It's artificial intelligence. Okay, and and that's what they're doing to me. And it's just think of your phone, how your phone operates. When they say, "Oh, we use feature and stuff," they've been using this stuff forever on people. They've been using it on me for years and years and years. That's how they. That's how they know when your mind is at ease. That's how they know what the things that you're thinking. That's how they, you think you're going crazy because you think, oh, it's just like people are reading my mind. No, these things are really happening, and the people that do this are people that you don't even know. Like people that will just say hi to you, but they're part of it. Like they can put a beam on you and then a beam on them, so that your thoughts are transmitted to them, so that they can see what you're thinking, what you're doing. This is angelic technology, and they've received it through witchcraft, and they use it on people, especially people that know that are seeking the truth. And this is the tribulation that I've been going through for years now. Okay, that's it. They put beams on you, and then to your Christie Galley, right in the front of your forehead, right? And this is it. That's what's happening. And they probably came in my house and put poison in my food because my camera was off for 2 days, and it got shut off when I left my house, and all of a sudden I get food poisoning in my from eating some food. It's probably the mayonnaise. No joke, man. I'm going through a lot of things right now, so I just thought I would tell you guys here online, vent, expose these people who think that they're doing good, or at least they don't think that they're doing anything wrong, or that it's okay. Like I said, they hide behind lots of things. Oh, it's just science. Oh yeah, well we don't believe that we're going to hell. Well, you're wrong. Okay, they're wrong. Okay, they got it all wrong. They hide behind something. All these people that do these wicked things hide behind something, and at the end, it's unbelief. You guys have to understand what what do all these evil people stem from? It's the root of it. The root is unbelief in the God of the Bible and what he says. Unbelief in Jesus Christ, his son, and what he has said, which is the same thing as God. Okay, and what is that? Is that you never do evil so that good may come. Okay? You do not do the things that they do to people. Under no circumstances you're not supposed to do these things. Okay? But they don't believe that. And at the end of the day, all their wickedness, all their evil, all their nonsense stems, the root of it is unbelief. They wax worse. They are deceived. They they do these things because they do not believe that they're deceived. They do not believe that they are deceived. Because if they did, then they would stop what they're doing, and they would fear God, the God of the Bible. But again, they don't believe in the God of the Bible. There's a lot of different ideas out there. Like some of them believe that he was the demiurge, like he's not he's not the God. He's not God. He's just a lower G God. And some don't even believe in a real God. Some just believe in like Star Wars, like it's just forces all around us, and just there's all kinds of crap. Okay, and whatever it is just something for them to hide behind. Some of them believe that they're just doing their job because they work for the government, and they're in a secret organization in the government, an alphabet agency, and they hide behind the badge of I'm just doing my job. I work for the government. You know, and we all know what the government is. You know, we all know that this country was created by the Illuminati in 1776. That's why the Illuminati was founded in 1776, the exact same year that this country was founded, 1776. And we understand already, by all the signs and the symbolism and everything that they do, that it's all from witchcraft and it's all from, evil things. And so now when you get to experience it and you're alone, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I'm fighting all this. I'm fighting all this on my own, right? That's how it is. I'm fighting all these. I'm doing it alone. So, anyways, thank you guys.